The old man just glanced at the card. Instantly his pupils dilated in shock because there was still some blood on the card that hadn't been wiped off properly. It was Kaiji who had sprayed the blood on it. Even though it had been wiped beforehand, it wasn't completely clean. The two cards that got contaminated were the civilian and slave cards played by both sides in the last round. So now, there was a 50% chance that it was the slave card. Without hesitation, Tonegawa played a civilian card. After both sides revealed their cards, it ended in a tie. Kaiji survived another round. This was great news for Tonegawa. Now, all he had to do was wait for victory. As soon as the next card with blood on it appeared, he could play a civilian card and defeat Kaiji. Tonegawa was feeling very pleased inside. Then, the third round began. Tonegawa continued to play civilian cards. Then, Kaiji pulled a card out from his pants. After revealing the cards, it was another tie. Now, the crucial fourth round was next. This round was a matter of life or death. Kaiji played his card first. His chances of winning were 50%. It all came down to this one round. When Kaiji slammed the card down, Tonegawa's eyes lit up. He widened his eyes, fixated on the card Kaiji had just played. His pupils instantly dilated 100 times. He had finally found the card with blood on it. At that moment, in his mind, it felt like he had already won. He decisively pulled out the civilian card, ready to end Kaiji's luck. But just as he was about to put the card down, an unexpected turn of events occurred. Tonegawa began to hesitate. Suddenly, doubts appeared in his mind. Could it be that Kaiji hadn't noticed the fatal flaw he had caused? The blood had also been sprayed by Kaiji himself onto the card, and he was the one who wiped it off. Based on his understanding of Kaiji, this was a life or death game. Kaiji would never be this careless. He would never leave himself vulnerable to uncertainty. So, everything pointed to one truth. This was Kaiji's trap. It must have happened when he was chatting with the president. Kaiji must have used a specific technique to swap the slave card. Then, he sprayed blood on the backs of the two cards. So, the cards that got stained with blood weren't the civilian and slave cards, but two civilian cards. Tonegawa was terrified by the truth he had deduced. He was relieved he had figured it out. Otherwise, he would have lost everything now. He also admired Kaiji. Kaiji had actually thought of this method, but in the end, he had seen through it.
これがとどめお前を殺す鉄槌だ
With Tonegawa placing the Emperor card down, a smug smile appeared on his face. Kaiji's scheme had been exposed by him. Now, no matter what, Kaiji couldn't be saved. Tonegawa didn't even want to wait for the cards to be revealed. He immediately grabbed the remote, intending to punish Kaiji. It was as though he had already won for sure. But suddenly, in the next second, Kaiji started laughing. And the outcome was that Kaiji won. Everyone was happy for Kaiji. Tonegawa couldn't believe his eyes. He even questioned Kaiji, accusing him of cheating. But Kaiji simply smiled. In fact, the card swapping move had just been an act. He never intended to actually swap the cards. He had only pretended to swap the top civilian card. Tonegawa still refused to believe what he was saying. He argued